Hi everyone at United Presbyterian Church. My name is Chef Drew. I'll be your instructor for today. Today we're going to make wild mushroom gnocchi. There's a little prerequisite video. This is the prerequisite video. A few things to prep. So we're all ready for class, so here we go. So today I'm going to show you the proper way to cut things, the French technique. We have a shallot here. We're going to do a shallot, we're going to do some garlic, and we are going to start preparing our gnocchi for class. All right, shallot. Shallot is like a very sweet, mild red onion, pretty much. Chef knife, right? We use a 6 to 8 inch chef knife, and we don't hold it like this. We don't put our finger like this. We always, marker on my finger right there. You see this? we hold it like this, more like this. We choke up on the knife. Okay, we don't ever put our finger on top of the knife because it's more stable like this, right? So we're going to cut the bottom off and top off. We always want to make our vegetables stable, so we always cut bottom top off so it's stable, right? And then we're just going to cut it across, right? And then once again, it is stable, yeah? That's the most important thing when cutting anything. We want to make things stable. We're going to take off the skin. And there's a couple ways to chop a shallot. I'll show you two ways. We're going to do julienne for our mushroom gnocchi. So you can do all of it julienne, right? And so what we do is we have the top and bottom right here. We go across the top and bottom. We go this way, right? And we just cut across really in like 1/8 inch cuts. When we get to this part, it's kind of unstable, so I put it down and then cut like that. And that's a julienne. Reason why we cut it this way and not this way is when we're, and this is mostly for bigger onions, if we're cutting this way, when you're cutting like bigger onions, it looks like a hamburger slices. This looks a little prettier when you saute it in the pan. That's the only difference, right? Now, we're going to do your whole shallot like this, right? But I'm going to show you another way of how to cut the perfect dice, right? And in French cuisine, what they do is go into the side with a knife. So we're going to go into the side, let's say 1/8 of an inch, right? And then we'll go up 1/8 of an inch. Okay, not all the way through. I'm only going to the edge, right? And then this open part, we're going to go in 1/8 of an inch this way. Not all the way to the end. Not all the way to the end. Just right close to the end, right? 1/8 of an inch, 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 1/8 of an inch. Then you kind of have this blooming onion-looking thing, right? And then we go across 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. And that's how you cut onions. That's a proper way of cutting any regular onion, shallots, anything like this. You get to the very end, you're going to have this that's not so perfect right here, right? And then you just kind of go over the very end, right? And that's it. That's how you get a perfect dice. That's a French way of dicing shallots or onions or cutting. On to garlic. Tips and tricks of garlic, right? Get a towel, a kitchen towel, and open it up. Put the garlic in there. Close it, right? You smash it with your hand. Uh-oh. And it all comes shooting out like that. But when it all does shoot out, here's what happens is everything's separated. Look at all the cloves are already separated. And that's how you get the cloves out of garlic, right? That's the easiest, fastest way. Right? All right, so after we smash our garlic cloves, we have them looking like this. What we want to do is take off the stem end, right? Peel it. And if you have a garlic press, you could put the peeled garlic into the garlic press, and it makes it super easy for chopped up garlic, minced garlic. But if you don't have one, here's the way to do it. We have this garlic clove like this. And we don't like to slice it like this because to mince it, it's going to take forever because the knife's so sharp, right? So we want to kind of crush it like that, right, with the knife. And so it's super like crushed. And then we just go over it a couple times real fast. And you have a really fast mince. Now for our gnocchi, we're probably only going to use half of this garlic. So I don't know, 4 cloves. Unless you really like garlic, you could add the whole thing, but 3 or 4 cloves. And there you go. There is minced garlic. All right, gnocchi. So we're going to do most of the gnocchi in class. We're going to add the egg and the flour in class and knead it into a dough. But here I'm going to pre-cook the potatoes for you because that's how we're going to do it. And I'm going to show you that process and how we put it through a ricer to make the fluffiest gnocchi possible. So, all right, for the gnocchi, we have russet potatoes here. We're going to throw some russets in boiling water, or we're going to make this water come up to a boil, right? And we're just going to cook them until they're completely done. What we'll do is poke them with a fork all the way, make sure they're cooked all the way through. And then once that is done, we'll take them out, peel out the skin, and put them through a ricer. There's a couple ways to do this. You don't need to boil them. Also, gnocchi, you could take the russet potatoes and throw them straight into oven, 350 degrees, make a baked potato, then scrape out the flesh. So there's a couple ways you could do it. We're going to do it like this. This is kind of how Mario Bartoli does it. From Iron Chef, and so we're gonna do it his way. It's I've done it before and it works great. So All right, so the potatoes are done boiling. They're soft all the way through. I took a fork and poked it in when it goes all the way through. So what we're gonna do is take it out hot. This is the base of your gnocchi, right? And then we're gonna peel this, and then we're gonna put it through a ricer. Okay, so here's our warm potato, right? We're just gonna peel off the skin. I would get a paper towel. I'd actually get a paper towel to just peel all this off, right? Just take off the skin, okay? There you go, like that. Try to keep as much flesh as possible, right? There's that. Skin over there. There's this. The bottom. Okay. So all the skin's over here. You can just throw that out. With the flesh, this is called a ricer. This is what you need for the potatoes to make a nice fluffy gnocchi. We put all our potatoes in this ricer. And when we're making gnocchi, we're gonna usually want to do it warm. You want to keep the potatoes warm, not super hot because you're gonna put an egg in it and you don't want to cook it. But we usually do it warm with the potatoes. So we do it like this on the cutting board, and we let it sit out for a couple minutes. The more moisture that evaporates, the better for the gnocchi. It won't fall apart when you're cooking it. And then to this, we'll add the flour and the egg, and we'll make it super fresh when it's still hot. For class, it's going to be done differently. Your potatoes are going to come cold. We're going to microwave them for like 30 seconds, heat them back up, and go from there. It's going to make them a little more dense, but they're still going to be good. But this is the way to do it.